This is Chapter 11, Part 3, and I'm at the top of page 262. Number 4 says, drag the playhead across the clip to preview the effect. Number 5, click the arrow next to the thumbnail of the 4_dogs clip. So I need to move my playhead over to the correct clip, which I can look right here, and it says the 4_dogs clip. So here's my playhead, and then let me hide this real quick. So we're right here, and click the right arrow next to the transform attribute. Let me back up to number 5. Number 5 says click the arrow next to the thumbnail of the 4_dog clip to reveal the attributes for the clip. So right here, we're going to click that and show it. And then number 6, click the right arrow next to the transform attribute under video group 1. Here's your transform attribute, video group 1, on the left side of the timeline panel. To move the playhead to the last keyframe if it's not already there. So I'm going to click right here, and then click this little, okay, so I'm showing the transform, and it says click the right arrow next to the transform, which is here, attribute, under the video group 1 on the left side of the timeline panel to move the playhead to the last keyframe if it's not already there. Then choose Edit, Free Transform. So it's right there. It's under the keyframe. So we're going to go to Edit, Free Transform. Enter 120 for width and height. And click Commit Transform button. Number 7 on page 262 says drag the playhead across 4_dogs clip in the timeline ruler to preview the animation again. So we drag across here, and you can preview the animation. I think this is 4_dogs clip. Let's make sure. Yeah. Choose File, Save. And we're on to number 1 at the bottom of page 262. Move the playhead to the end of the 5_jumping clip. We should be about at 14 seconds. Okay. And select the clip. Press Shift while you move the image down in the document window so that the hands are near the top of the canvas. Putting the diver in the final position. Display the attributes for the clip, and click the stopwatch icon for the position. Attribute in it to add a keyframe. Move the playhead to the beginning of the clip, which is at 12 seconds. Press Shift while you move the image up so that the feet are near the bottom of the canvas. And then move your playhead across so you can see your animation that you created to preview the animation. Okay, so close the clip's attributes. And then choose File Save to save your work so far. Number 1, move the playhead at the beginning of the 6_ sunset clip. Open the motion panel for the clip and choose Pan and Zoom from the pop-up menu. Choose Zoom Out from the Zoom menu. And make sure Resize to Fill Canvas is selected. Then click an empty area of the timeline panel to close the motion panel. Move the playhead across the last clip to preview the effects. So it's zooming out. Okay, we're turning the page and we're over on page 264. Click the Go to First Frame button in the upper left corner of the timeline panel, right here, to return the playhead to the beginning of the timeline ruler. And there's the playhead, and it looks like we're at the very beginning of the ruler. Click the Transition button in the upper left corner of the timeline panel. Select Cross Fade and change the duration value to 0.25 seconds. Okay, so we're already at 25 seconds here. And we're at crossfade. Okay. That's 1/4 second. Drag the crossfade transition between the 1_ family and 2_ boat ride clip. So we're going to take this and we're going to drag it right here, and you see a little black line to show that we're in that transition in that point right here. The Photoshop adjusts the ends of the clips to apply the transition and adds a small white icon in the lower left corner of the second clip. Drag the crossfade transitions between each of the other clips. Between each one. Okay. Drag the fade with black transition to the end of the final clip. Page 265 at the top, number 6. To make the transition smoother, extend the fade with black transition by stretching its left side to about 1/3 the total length of the clip. So right here, we're going to drag that to about 1/3. Choose File Save. Click the musical note icon in the audio track at the bottom of the timeline panel and choose Add Audio from the pop-up menu. Add audio. Select the Beach Song.mp3 file from the Lessons 11 folder and click Open. So we need to go to the Student G Drive, go to Art, Compare Graphics, Book Tutorials, Lesson Files, Lesson 11, and then we're going to go to the MP3 file, Beach Song. And you can see that the song is right here. Select the Beach Song MP3 file from the Lessons folder and click Open. We already did that. We're on number 3. Move the playhead to the end of the 6_sunset clip. Okay. Remember, this is your playhead. Go to the end. With the audio file still selected, choose the Split at Playhead tool. So the audio file still selected. We see that white border, and then we're going to click this little scissors icon. That's the Split at Playhead. So we're going to click that, and that song is now split right there. Okay, we're turning the page, page 266. Select the second audio file segment, right here, the one that begins after the end of the 6_sunset clip, and press the delete key on your keyboard to delete the second clip. Choose the small arrow at the right edge of the audio clip to open the audio panel, and then enter 3 seconds for fade in, 3, and 5 seconds for fade out. Click the empty area of the timeline panel to close the audio panel and save your work. Move our video clip over a little bit. There we go. Click the play button in the upper left corner of the timeline panel to preview the video so far. Which I think we need to move our playhead to the top. And then now we're going to hit play. We're going to try that again. I had to click off my screen so I could turn the volume down. So I'm going over this, and it looks like I can see that I made one mistake right here. I put fade to white instead of fade to black. So I'm just going to click that and hit delete. And then go back over here to my transitions, and I'm going to click on fade to black and drag that over to the end. And remember that this had to come over about 1/3. And then if I just click on my playhead, I can see that now it's working the way that it should. Alright, let's turn the page to page 266. And we're at the very bottom. Number 1 says click, oh, we already played it. So we're going to go down to number 2. It says click the small triangle at the right end of 2_ boat ride clip. So just to make sure that we're in the right layer, we're going to click on that layer so it's highlighted. That way I know where it's at. Okay, so I've clicked on the layer, and now this little video clip is highlighted. And we want to click the small right triangle at the right end. Click the audio tab to see the audio options. And then click mute audio.